Hello and welcome to another nerdy news update. Today I have three updates for you. One is Eknath Shinde is indulging in some resort politics. Yes, Eknath Shinde, the ally of BJP who won many seats in the local elections. Eknath Shinde is scared of something. Something? I don't know. So we have some theories. We are going to talk about Nitin Nabin, the new president of BJP. Yes, BJP has a new president and he is very young. So now everybody is like, oh my god, young blood aa raha hai BJP mein. That is what is happening. Is it though? Is it? Third is we have an update on the Indigo disaster. Yes, remember that? That happened last month, where so many people, passengers were screaming, shouting when their flights were cancelled, bags were not being found. Many videos came out. We outraged for like a week. Uska kya hua? Kya hua uska? There is an update on that. So yeah, without further ado, let us begin with update number 1. News is that Shiv Sena won 29 seats in the BMC, the Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation, the Mumbai Municipal Corporation. And the BJP won like 89 seats. But the day they won, Eknath Shinde moved all of his 29 corporators to a hotel called Taj Lansdowne. It's a 5-star hotel. The question is why? I mean, even UBT is asking why did they move him? Shiv Sena MP Sanjay Raut on Monday questioned the shifting of corporator-elect from ruling ally Shiv Sena to hotels, asserting that no party could easily stake claim to the BMC mayor's post, going by mandate in the recent civic polls. BJP and Eknath Shinde led Shiv Sena won a clear majority, securing 89 and 29 seats. They have crossed the halfway mark, but barely. And Uddhav Thackeray won 65 seats, while its ally MNS emerged on 6. But the interesting thing is they have crossed the halfway mark. But now Eknath Shinde knows that BJP cannot get its mayor unless they get support from Eknath Shinde's 29 corporators. So now there is a big race going on to have a mayor in the city of Mumbai. Two things before we go into theories. One is the mayor is a ceremonial post. Just a reminder, it does not really mean anything. What is important is a standing committee which is supposed to decide the finances of the BMC. Now that is an important committee because it has to consider and pass a lot of things. But ultimately the municipal commissioner is the one who is running the city. The last election that happened in Bombay was in Mumbai. My bad. Sorry, Uddhavji. Sorry, Shindeji. I don't know who comes to beat me up anymore. Anyway, or sorry, Raj Thackeray also. All three. In Mumbai, the last election, the local body election, happened in 2022. Uske baad, there was no local body election. So for 3 whole years, BJP was running the city. And many other cities. All 29 cities of Maharashtra were run by BJP because there were no elections. Now that the local body elections have happened, a few things are going to change. One is now Mumbai people actually have a representative who they can scream at. A corporator. Yes, you do, people of Mumbai. The second is they will have a ceremonial mayor who also they can scream at. But they still have the same municipal commissioner who they did not even know about and did not scream at. And they will have committees. So these committees would be the ones who will be deciding on the development works that are happening in and around Bombay and budget dispersal. But largely speaking, the municipal corporation is being run by the municipal commissioner. Okay. So, sorry, I have to talk to some people. I have seen so many opinions after the local body elections, okay, where people are saying, oh, look, now BJP has triple engine sarkar. Finally, in Pune, in Mumbai, in a bunch of places. So now actual development can happen in these cities because abhi tak to development ho hi nahi raha tha. There is pollution, there is potholes. Now I am glad that the BJP has won and now they will do actual development. I sometimes want to take a bhakt and like go guju 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 olololo and like pinch his cheeks and go ololo kitne naive ho tum kitne kitne cute ho tum bhakto ऐसे करना पड़ता है कभी कभी. You know why? The reasons why I told you. The BJP has been running the government for ages. Even before they were in alliance with the Shiv Sena when they were running the BMC. So unlikely anything is going to change. I'm sorry, people of Mumbai. अब क्या करें? ऐसा है तुम्हारा situation. Life is like this only now, which is वैसे ही होने वाला है सब कुछ फिर से. The only advantage, the only bonus you have now is that you can scream at someone for not getting a pothole fixed, which is your corporator. So do this. Go around, find out who your corporator is. So at least the least that you have is that you know who to go to when you have complaints about your own city. That's an advantage. Maybe you can put enough pressure on the corporator. Maybe the corporators will get pissed off and then they will at least do something. Or not, I don't know, but try. Back to resort politics. The question now is, why is Shindeji sending his corporators to a hotel? I was looking for an answer and I might have found one. Let me show you. First, a little bit of context, friends. This is called horse trading, okay? So, to people who don't understand this, there is a big fear that of the 29 corporators of Shinde Sena, if they all defect and join the BJP, or get bought over by the BJP, then BJP can easily like form the government by itself. So then they don't need to do anything. So in order to prevent this situation where the corporators are talking to other parties and cracking deals to switch sides, is why this resort politics things happen, which is 29 corporators picked up and put up in a hotel so that they are completely isolated and cannot talk to anyone. So according to reports, what happened is that when they won the elections, Shindeji called a meeting saying, oh, there is going to be a training for new corporators. They ended up in the hotel and then their Aadhaar cards were taken, their IDs were taken, all their identification were taken, their winning certificates were taken, and then they were just told to stay there. They could not go out, so they were basically kidnapped. Sorry, no, they were kept in great luxury in that hotel for 3 days. Okay, it ended after a while, and I was trying to find a reason why. Which is the party that is going to poach them? Which? Because Uddhav Thackeray has also been giving some very strange signals, okay? Addressing a press conference, Shiv Sena UBT chief Uddhav Thackeray apologized for not being able to campaign in all municipal corporations, calling the civics polls the most hideous elections conducted by the ruling alliance. Those who fought against it are the real saviors of democracy. On BMC mayoral race, Thackeray said his party wished to have its own mayor in Mumbai, but acknowledged the numerical disadvantage. Even today we wish so, but right now we do not have numbers on our side. So Uddhav Thackeray doesn't have the money and doesn't have the numbers to form a government or get a mayor. It's as simple as that, right? Is there a chance that Shindeji will defect completely and go back and join Uddhav? Unlikely. So the only other party we can think of which can do like this poaching nonsense is BJP. So Shinde, Hamare Shindeji is probably scared of what BJP might do to its corporators, because BJP has this weird habit of eating its own allies. Like nom nom nom. So the hint I got was from this random debate that was going on India today. I just wanted to hear what the BJP spokesperson says.
Preeti,
politely, ma'am. Polite warning. Okay, Susi Ben Shah.
So hear her out. Oh, this is Sushi Ben Shah, who is a Shiv Sena spokesperson, Shinde Sena, Shiv Sena, and Sanju Verma is BJP. Neither of them are very nice actually, but this Sushi Ben essentially has been saying everywhere on every channel that Eknath Shinde is going to have the mayor, and subtly hinting at it. Okay. And they are the kingmakers, essentially hinting that, oh, without us, you don't have a mayor at all. Okay. Now, this is Sanju Verma's response.
So, Preeti, the BJP has a strike rate in BMC of 66% with 89 seats, and Shinde Sena has a strike rate of 33% with about 29 seats. We are not discussing strike rates here, but let's be very clear, the truth be told, in the BMC, the BJP has 3 times more seats than the Shinde Sena. Point number one. Point number two, even in the assembly elections, the BJP had a strike rate of 91%, having 132 seats. And mind you, Preeti, our 132 number was 2.3 times bigger than Shinde Sena and 3.2 times bigger than Ajit Pawar's party.
So basically, BJP is now saying that, listen, Eknath Shinde's party, look at our strike rate. Look at your strike rate. You shouldn't be even demanding these things. And we are generous enough to give you all the things. And Sanju Verma is very subtly reminding them friends, thoda sa calm down. You know who the bigger party is. Which is the bigger party that is capable of stealing your corporators? The one with the bigger strike rate also. I love this. I love this.
But like I said, we are the single largest party across 29 municipal corporations. We have a strike rate repeatedly of anywhere between 67 to 91%. All that is in public.
She's like, we are not talking about strike rates. We don't discuss strike rates. But here is the strike rates. I'm telling you about strike rates. We've been better.
Domain. I just want to say that BJP has huge respect for its alliance partners. And I will just say this. Despite the Shinde Sena winning 57 seats in the Maharashtra Assembly elections, Ajit Pawar's party winning 41, and we winning 132, you have a deputy chief minister in Mr. Eknath Shinde.
She's just reminding them, listen, you didn't even have that many seats in Maharashtra Assembly elections. How dare? We are so generous. We take care of our allies. Look at this. So here's the thing. Here's what is mota going on, right? While they're saying, oh, we take care of our allies, they're also reminding them that they should be grateful that they even got this much. And also, they should not like flex their muscles like this. And I think that is the reason why Shinde might have gotten like some vibes from the BJP and is like, no, I'm not taking any chance. This party is capable of anything. It's like a weird reverse Uno card almost. Because if you remember, when Uddhav's party was split and Shinde formed his own Sena. By the way, just a reminder, tomorrow there is a very important hearing happening in Supreme Court, which we are also going to cover probably on Thursday. It is the final hearing of whether Uddhav Thackeray's party gets to retain their symbol. सब कुछ होने के बाद सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज लाइक ओके लेट्स टॉक अबाउट दिस नाउ 2-3 इलेक्शन हो गए पार्टी तोड़ने के बाद ऑल लेवल्स ऑफ इलेक्शंस डन इन महाराष्ट्र नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द सिंबल वेदर उद्धव ठाकरे डिजर्व्स इट और नॉट besides the point. But what is happening here is that Shinde Sena is now very afraid that BJP might pull a Shinde on Shinde himself. Crazy town, crazy. What is this? Oh my God. It erodes your faith in everything to do with democracy and politics, doesn't it? Sometimes when you look at things like this. But yeah, that is what is happening in Maharashtra. The politics continues. It is like an endless Game of Thrones drama which just never ends. Tomorrow also there is a hearing where there might be more drama. मैं क्या करूँ friends? Cover करना है. But anyway, that was the update. Now on to update number 2. Before we go to update number 2, a quick thing. Please go buy my Citizen Magnate journal on bunchofmush.com. In case you don't know, this is the Citizen Magnate journal. Which is supposed to make you a better citizen. It gives you one task a day for 10 minutes, which will tell you how to file RTIs, which will tell you how to find your MPs, MLAs and corporators. And it will be very useful because of what I just told you. Yes, it will tell you how to turn your environments into a more democratic environment, like home, workplace, all the things. It will tell you how to exercise your right to free speech. It will tell you how to watch parliament. These are all tasks that you can do by yourself. So you essentially turn your own life into an RPG game where you are the main character. Now the reason why I'm telling you about this is because on the 26th of January, which is Republic Day, I am doing a special meeting for the You Are Not Alone Club. So if you get this journal, you will have a QR code and you can come on this website and register for the You Are Not Alone Club. There I'm going to discuss all the adventures you guys have been having, and we're going to talk about it, because becoming a citizen together is a better citizen together is better than becoming a citizen alone, I guess. Because you're not alone. Yes, there are other people who are doing this as well. So yeah, we already have a lot of registrations. I'm very excited. So on the 26th evening, you will get to come and chill with me for a bit while we discuss this and the adventures you're having. So yeah, please come. Please come. Very excited for Republic Day. Finally. Anyway, back to the updates. My bad, chat has just pointed out while I was chatting with them that I did a mistake while recording. That is why we do these live, because chat catches my mistakes. I said that the last election that happened, local election that happened in Maharashtra, was in 2023. No, actually, the last election that happened in Maharashtra was in 2017. The term ended in 2023, and then from 2023 till 2026, there were no elections that have happened in Maharashtra for all these years. And BJP was ruling all the time, all over the place. Even before that, it was ruling in alliance with Shiv Sena, and even now it has been ruling with the municipal commissioner, and now that it has come to power, it is likely to rule again with whatever corporators they have. That was the correction. Okay, now on to update number 2. BJP has a new president, friends, and we have made a little presentation. A quick presentation to just give you an introduction to Nitin Nabin, BJP's new national president. So first, look at BJP's organizational structure. Okay, so there is the national president, who is Nitin Nabin now. There is a national council who elects the national president, and then they form the national executive, which forms the parliamentary board and central election committee. Okay, so technically, the national executive is the one that kind of elects the prime minister, at least on paper. Okay, at least on paper. Members are the ones who form a local committee form the mandal committee form the district committee forms the state council, and that forms the national council and state president and state executive. So it is supposed to be a bottom up approach in the BJP. Does that happen? Not really. I don't think that's a surprise, but the organization of BJP is strictly hierarchical, with the president being the highest authority in the party. According to the party's constitution, the president is elected by an electoral college consisting of national council and the state council, as I said. Until 2012, the BJP's constitution mandated that any qualified member could be national or state president for a single 3-year term. That was amended for a maximum of 2 consecutive terms. So basically, Modi ji aaye, and the first thing he did is that he extended the period of the national president from 3 years to 6 years. BJP's foundation, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, became its first president. He later became the prime minister. Only BJP president to become prime minister, by the way. Lal Krishna Advani was sworn in as party president in 1986 and has been the longest serving president over 3 different periods. Then 2025, as of 2025, 12 people have served as the president of BJP, including Rajnath Singh, if you remember, yes. Amit Shah has also served. Also, Nitin Gadkari was the president as well. Nitin Nabin has been appointed on 20th January, which is today. Now, Nitin Nabin is a 45-year-old gentleman, very young actually, which is what people have been talking about, that it's a very young person at the helm of BJP now. He's the son of Nabin Kishore Prasad Sinha. In case you didn't notice, Nitin Nabin kind of hides his last name because he's a Sinha, but he calls himself Nitin Nabin. Now, he's the son of a senior BJP leader and 4-time member of Bihar Legislative Assembly from Patna West, a very influential seat. Nitin entered electoral politics in 2006 by winning a by-election from Patna West. Following constituency delimitation, he shifted to the Bankipur constituency and has retained the seat in 2010, 15, 20 and 2025. So 4 times. Nabin is the first party leader from Bihar and as also the first Kayastha leader to occupy BJP's national president post. He started his career with RSS student wing, ABVP, Then he displayed his organizational capability during his stint as National General Secretary of BJP's Youth Wing. Nabin is understood, यहाँ पे I think this is important. Nabin is understood to have impressed the BJP leadership as the party's co-in-charge of November 2023 Chhattisgarh elections, which defeated Bhupesh Baghel. It was a very big win for them. And then he was appointed as Lok Sabha campaigns in Chhattisgarh during that time, and his party swept there. So, and he's also been a cabinet minister in the Bihar government. And he basically follows JP Nadda, who was appointed in 2020. Now, JP Nadda was supposed to retire in 2023, but he kept getting an extension. Now he's finally retiring. So he was not officially appointed as a national president, from what I understand, after his stint was over, but they kept extending his last term. So maybe there was no election that happened even for the president's post since 2023. That's what I understood because I checked. But again, it's a internal party election. So yeah, that is basically about Nitin Nabin. But what is interesting is this. Indian Express has done a very interesting report which you should check out. Nitin Nabin at the top. Is BJP getting younger? Here's what the ages of Union Council and CM show. They have done like a nice little table. So they have divided it between aged 55 and over people who are over age 55 and under 55, right? It's very interesting. In Union Council of Minister, there are 41 people who are over the age of 55. And there are 20 people who are under the age of 55. So on a national leadership scale, they still prefer older people. Modi ji is number 3, by the way, in the whole thing. So most age, the person with the most age currently in the union cabinet is Rao Indrajit Singh. Then comes V. Somanna, and then comes Narendra Modi. Then comes Hardeep Puri and Rajnath Singh and Giriraj Singh and Shripad Naik and Arjun Ram Meghwal. So all of these people are basically 70 plus. Manohar Lal Khattar, Bhagirath Chaudhary, all those people follow. And under 20, Dharmendra Pradhan, Bhupendra Yadav, Ashwini Vaishnav, Jyotiraditya Scindia, all the way down. The youngest one is Raksha Khadse, 37-year-old minister. Then we come to chief ministers. Chief ministers, interestingly, there are only 5 chief ministers who are over the age of 55, but there are 9 chief ministers who are under the age of 55. Look at this. Nayab Singh Saini, barely. Devendra Fadnavis, again barely. Himanta Biswa Sarma, 52. Mohan Charan Majhi, Odisha, 52. Rekha Gupta, 50. Yogi Adityanath, 49. Pramod Sawant, 48. By the way, Yogi Adityanath was made chief minister at the age of, what was it? 44, I think. He was in his early 40s, and that was also a surprise for a lot of people, that a young chief minister who is now in charge of the biggest state in India, Yogi Adityanath. Pramod Sawant, 48, Pushkar Singh Dhami is 46, and Pema Khandu is 44. Meanwhile, here, Manik Shah of Tripura is 70, Bhupendra Patel of Gujarat is 60, Vishnu Dev Sai is 59, Mohan Yadav 58, and Bhajanlal Sharma is 57. It tells you that when it comes to union council ministers, they do trust older people, but when it comes to chief minister, there seems to be something that is happening, which is they're probably phasing out the older crowd and bringing in a newer crowd, because all the names that you see here, other than Himanta and Devendra and I think Yogi Adityanath, everyone else was relatively unknown. They came out of nowhere. So that's, I think, one of the things that you can take away from here. State party presidents also, look at this. They are aged 55 plus, 22, and under 55 is 14. So when it comes to state presidents, they prefer older people, and younger people are less. It's an interesting trend. Now we know that our BJP's national president is also a young person, 45-year-old. So what does this signal? So there are many quotes in this article, so I'm just going to briefly tell you about some of them. One is that there is a very strong top-down approach that the current BJP has when it comes to decision making and filling seats. There is a question: why do they pick very unknown people to in very important positions? Right now, there are a few reports that I have read about Nitin Nabin. Nitin Nabin usually was lesser known, right? Not unknown, but lesser known even within the BJP. But he was always there. He was always there in the office. He's a very dedicated karyakarta. He's always been helping them with elections, like as they said, Chhattisgarh elections especially. In Bihar, his father is very influential. Patna West seat, all the things. But relatively, people didn't see this coming. I think what the Modi Shah duo now look for is absolute loyalty, right? How do you ensure loyalty is by picking relatively unknown people who did not even expect to get a high post. So they know that the reason why they have the high post is because of the blessings of Modi Shah. Okay, so now they are loyal as hell. They will not question the top leadership at all at any point for any reason. That is why people like these get chosen. There are a few exceptions, right? There is, of course, Yogi Adityanath, who has regional, support in Uttar Pradesh. There is Devendra Fadnavis, who has also regional support in and around Maharashtra, I would say. There is someone like Nitin Gadkari and Rajnath Singh. These are the four that come to the top of my head right now. But there are a few of these people left who still have some support of their own, right? They win seats not because of Modi ji, but because they also have sort of a stature in that place or in the place where they're winning from. The constituency, at least, they are winning from. They have like a lot of dabdaba or influence, right? But now I think what is happening is that BJP just doesn't want those sort of people in prominent places of power who rise too much, because that would immediately threaten Modi Shah duo. I keep saying that currently our prime influencer is Narendra Modi and our prime minister is Amit Shah. For all intents and purposes, Amit Shah is the one who took this call of appointing Nitin Nabin as the national president. Okay. So there is a sign that the reason why they are promoting young blood is also because they are relatively unknown and they will be loyal as hell to the duo on top. And the other reason, as I said, is because they don't want a threat for the Modi Shah duo in at least the next 4 years. Uske baad dekhenge kya hota hai. So yeah, that's the news. It's very interesting. Internal party politics is always very interesting. Yeah. Okay, now on to update number 3 quickly. Friends, do you remember that last month Indigo had a disaster where many flights were cancelled, many people were suffering. Apparently 3 lakh people suffered during those 3 days ka period where flights were cancelled, etc. The reason why those flights were cancelled is because the DGCA, our authority that is supposed to regulate airlines, they introduced a new flight schedule for pilots. And Indigo decided just not to do it because it is the biggest airline in India, and it controls a lot of traffic. So as I had said earlier, allegedly Indigo tried to adapt a very weird arm twisty blackmail tactic where they're like, look what happens when we ground our flights. And they did, and a lot of people suffered, and the aviation minister was on his toes, and government was embarrassed. Everybody was upset. So, what happened to that? Was anyone punished? The answer is yes, there was punishment. Indigo shares rise 3.5% despite record 22 crore fine. Indigo got a 22 crore fine for affecting these many people. Wonderful. And even after this record-breaking penalty, Indigo ke shares went whoop. I keep saying that the free market is a scam. especially the stock market is a scam. But this is what happens, no? The CEO literally made a remark saying that he sees the penalties as relatively modest. 22 crore for an airline like this is practically nothing. They got punished. Congrats, everyone. Another news I wanted you to see. December flight chaos may cost Indigo over 2,000 crore. Estimated hit includes major cost items such as ticket refunds, regulator mandated passenger compensation, and goodwill gestures announced by the airline apart from other smaller but significant expenses. So, in short, the government has fined 22 crore as a fine. The government, the regulator, DGCA, has fined 22 crore over flight cancellations. It led to a rise in stocks because Jeffries, the CEO, he said, oh, it is a relatively modest fine. But another report comes out at the same time which says that Indigo has suffered a loss of 2,000 crore. 2,000 crore in those 3 days. Because they had to give away a bunch of refunds. They had to book a bunch of hotels because they had to book a bunch of taxis. They had to do courier when they had to send bags and everything. And then to say sorry, they gave 10,000 rupees vouchers to a few people who had their flights cancelled. Gift vouchers so that you can go back and sit on the seats that doesn't have foam. So yeah, it's a very weird situation, friends. This company is going to suffer a lot of losses because of those 3 days of adventure. They did it with an idea, allegedly, of blackmailing the government so that they reduce their, like standards of flight timings. Well, pilots ko aur pajana hai unko, basically. The government has now mandated Indigo to reduce their planes by 10%. And the DGCA has slapped them with a 22 crore ka giant fine. In all this situation, the shares are going up. But to be fair, there was a massive drop in the last month also in the stock market because whatever. But now they're going up. So yeah, Indigo. Yes, Indigo. Please blackmail us again. Must tell you just one little thing before we end this update. Please keep a watch in and around 10th of February. If you are taking a flight anywhere, let's say 5 days before or 5 days after 10th of February, just be very careful because the deadline of the DGCA has said Indigo to fix its stuff by February 10th, including the new flight timings for pilots. If Indigo wants, they can cause chaos again. I don't know. I mean, I don't trust this airline anymore. Neither should you. So if you are booking any flights around that time, which is 10th ke pehle 5 din and 10th ke baad, please don't take Indigo. I think that's a general advice in general, but I know they are cheap, so theek hai. But please don't take Indigo. And be very careful about the flights you're booking. Just have a feeling that something might go wrong again. They might want a deadline extension and they might cause some chaos. I don't know what this airline does again. Neither should you. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. That was the update. And again, reminder, You Are Not Alone Club meeting is happening on the 26th of January. So please register. It is going to be massive fun. Come. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.